We have a 24-hour stopover in one of our favorite cities in the world, London. We have 24 hours to see as much as we can, eat as much as we can, do some new things, do some things that we loved the last time we were here, and we are so excited.
We're on a 3-week trip through Europe, on our way to tie the knot. In our last video, we reviewed British Airways business class, which is how we ended up here in London. We'll have one day to do some strolling, learn some history, stuff our faces, and enjoy one of our favorite cities before heading off to our wedding. So join us for a perfect day in the capital of England.
One thing that we didn't get to do the last time we were here was take a double-decker bus, but we checked that off the list to get to Kensington Garden. And it is a beautiful day, so we are gonna do some exploring.
Ready for the day.
Kensington Gardens is a 265-acre garden that surrounds Kensington Palace. Kensington Palace is the royal home. This is where all of the royal people live, and this is where they have lived since like the 17th century. Right now we were at the Sunken Gardens, but currently named the White Gardens. They were named the White Gardens in 2017 to commemorate 20 years of Princess Diana's passing. They have a nice little statue of her in here, and you can see her from these little peekaboo windows. How cute are these little garden windows? It's beautiful.
Last time Bailey and I were here was in the winter, and so obviously a completely different vibe to the London that we're getting to see now. We're so excited to experience a London summer for the first time, and it is beautiful.
Beautiful.
Everything is blooming. It's so green. The weather's been amazing. Super pumped for that.
On one side of the park, it is hedged. On the other side of the park, there is this beautiful vine covering. But on both sides, they have little windows so you can see into the park, and it is just beautiful. We've walked all the way around now to just see it from every angle, and it's gorgeous. It's so cool underneath these vines in here. We've been just sitting on this bench, hanging out, enjoying the weather, enjoying the greenery. It's so gorgeous.
Don't be alarmed by that. It is hotter than I was prepared for. And so had to bust it out because your boy is sweating. Your girl too.
Yeah. That's where we are.
Thank you.
Oh yeah. The Brits love a sausage roll, and we love a sausage roll. And arguably, there's no better place to get it than the Ginger Pig in Borough Market, so we had to come get one. The Ginger Pig is a butcher by trade. They've been butchering meat forever, and they have always used their scraps to make sausage rolls. And they make a dang good one. Oh, yeah. When we first came to London, we had this, and we loved it. I was a little bit worried that I had built it up in my head and it wouldn't be as good as I remember it being, but it is. It's just as good. It may be better. Oh, it's delicious. The sausage is like perfectly seasoned. It's so juicy, and the puff pastry is, it's crunchy. It's perfect. It's perfect. And
I've been thinking about this bite for almost 3 years now. Amazing. We have made it to Humble Crumble. Now, Ginger Pig was a place that we knew that we wanted to run back, but this is a new place that we haven't been to that we've been wanting to come since we found out about it. So when we knew that we were coming back to London and we were making time for Borough Market, this was a non-negotiable for us to come and try this out. Now, Humble Crumble does crumbles. So fruit desserts with like a sort of crumble topping, and then they top it with different things like custard, toasted marshmallow. We specifically got their traditional strawberry rhubarb crumble with a cold custard because it's hot today. We were not getting a hot custard on top. Let's dig into this. The thing is, I love a crumble of fruit and I love a creamy topping. This is a really good combination. You can see the vanilla bean in the custard. Really good. I was worried that this was just maybe one of those like social media overhyped places, but it is really good, and there wasn't a big line. If there was, I don't know if it'd be worth waiting in line, but there were only a couple of people in front of us, so it was worth the stop. It was really good, but oh my goodness, was Borough Market busy.
Busy.
Our first time there was in the winter.
Yeah.
We came at opening, so our experience was very different, but that was hectic.
Yeah.
We had a fun time, but be warned, if you come in the summer, it's so busy.
Have a plan.
Have a
know
plan.
where you want to go and know where it is.
And don't come too hungry because you're probably gonna have to wait in line.
Yeah.
But now we're gonna do something a bit more calming. But first, I'm gonna hop on a boat.
We are currently making our approach over toward Fanside, which you're ready to do first of all next.
Another thing that we missed that I really wanted to do the last time we were here is the National Portrait Gallery. It's completely free and it's all portraits. If y'all have seen any of our other videos where we go to art museums, you would know that portraits is my favorite part of any art museum. So I'm really excited to be here. They have portraits spanning all the way back from the 1300s until present day. The Portrait Gallery was established in 1856 and it was made for the purpose of keeping prominent portraits here. So people who had a really big role in British history, they're all here. The Portrait Gallery website, I was doing some research before we came, they have a little fun facts section of their website, and so you can look and it'll show you like the tallest portrait, the smallest, the oldest, the skinniest, like all kinds of stuff. It's so fun. I'm really excited.
I will say, yes, London is an expensive city, but I think what you get in turn is plenty of options for free activities. Like this museum, plenty of other museums are free. There's plenty of well-manicured and well-kept parks that are also free to access. So there's a lot of options for free and affordable activities. Like really today, everything that we've spent money on is food and getting around. And even the Uber boat, we could have easily taken the tube from London Bridge over to Charing Cross, but we decided to kind of do that just to be on the river. But really, there's so many affordable and budget-friendly activities to do, even in such an expensive city like this. Now, on the topic of budget, there are things that you can do that could be free or semi-free, or it could cost you a lot of money. And one of those things is taking a stroll around Covent Garden. Covent Garden is an open-air mall established in 1845. It used to be more of a market and trading place, and now it's become just kind of a big open-air mall. It's a mix of boutique, designer, and a little bit more well-known brand shopping. But this place is cool. It's a great place to come, kill some time, or if you want to do some shopping, it's a great place to do some shopping. Food-wise, if you want to come grab some food, there's plenty of options here. Street performers, everything like that. It's a cool place. We're just going to take a little stroll because we're not really in the market for anything. But if you were interested in doing some damage to your wallet, this is definitely a good place to do it. For our last dinner here in London, we are at Tamarind Kitchen. We have some special guests joining us today. Our friends Xander and Kate, who you may have seen from our Mexico City travels. But of course, we couldn't come to London without getting some amazing Indian food. Now, this place is very vibey. It's upscale Indian cuisine. They have amazing cocktails. The vibe in here is very intimate and dark and very speakeasy. This table has some lights in it and there's some upglow. It's very fun. We started off with a lamb shish kebab appetizer that was delicious. It was spiced heavily with a mint chutney. So good. And for our mains, we have a chicken korma a biryani, and the classic buttered chicken. And of course, we've gotten some garlic naan as well as a chili garlic naan, which sounds very interesting. We need to try it. For drinks, I've gotten a tamarind noir, which is spiced rum, some tamarind. It's kind of like old-fashioned but with rum, but with tamarind, and it is delicious. But we're gonna have an amazing dinner to wrap up our time here in London. Hope you
One of the best parts about London is there's something for everyone. Whether it's nature or a real city feel, shopping, international cuisine, art and history, amazing architecture, or just a place for you to grab a pint with friends and enjoy an amazing dinner. London at its core is a city for everyone, and we hope we've shown that. For the next few weeks, we'll be venturing through Europe and would love for you to subscribe and follow along. And we'll see you in our next stop.